listen. Buy COD points now. You won't regret it. Buy COD points, give us money. Activision is Bay, hashtag Bay, hashtag Bay, hashtag. Guys, I'm so sorry about that intro. Guys, that intro was kind of cancer. But that intro kind of explained everything about what I'm going to talk about today. And that is the problem with Black Ops 3. Now that Infinite Warfare is out, I can't really upload Black Ops 3 multiplayer. I loved Black Ops 3 multiplayer, but there was a lot of problems behind the multiplayer and inside the multiplayer and inside of everything about the game that I want to discuss with you guys today. Now today, guys, this video is going to be completely unscripted, completely just me expressing my feelings to you guys on what my opinions were on Black Ops 3 and what I think the problems were. Now that I'm doing a RIP Black Ops 3 multiplayer video. I know that a couple YouTubers like Merc Music, Fantastical Gamer did videos like this. The Smith Plays did videos like this explaining what the problems were, what they liked about the game, just giving a send-off to the game. And some were in good ways and some were in negative ways. Now, since this video is unscripted, usually I stutter sometimes because I do have ADHD and problems like that, which make me stutter a lot. That's just personal issues and everything. But yeah, guys, number one problem that I think Black Ops 3 had was the system that they tried to perfect coming off of Advanced Warfare. Not the exo movement and stuff like that, but the supply drop system. Now that should be the number one, but we're just going to do this completely unscripted, not doing a top 5 or a top 10 type thing. It's just going to completely think the first thing that comes to mind when I do this. As you can see, the gameplay that I'm using right now, guys, is a pistol with a suppressor. And the reason I'm using this gameplay is to explain what they need to nerf and what they need to buff and, well, what they needed to. Now that the game is completely over or anything and everything. But exactly what I was saying about the COD point system and everything like that. You brought back COD points, but you named it COD points to get people excited for it because of Black Ops 1's COD point system. It was really amazing. Black Ops 1, you could wager match it, and that's a problem that I'll get into later in a second. There was such horrible luck, as you guys saw from that intro. When you had two type of supply drops. You had a common, you had a rare, and rares were more crypto keys than others. And I kind of wanted, since I would have to grind the game so much, you kind of were forced, if you wanted the new weapons and stuff, to buy supply drops. And that was exactly that. The odds, I'm pretty sure they were 0.008 for a DLC weapon. Just for a DLC weapon. Do you know, I got three. I got 3 DLC weapons. I got the Banshee, the MX Garand, and the RSA Interdiction. That's what I got out of supply drops. One of them was out of a, you know, the little, like, character bribes where you could get character gear? Well, that's where I got the Banshee. The RSA and the MX Garand came from common, but do you know how much luck you had to get those? It was almost impossible if you didn't buy supply drops. I mean, look at YouTubers that buy supply drops. They almost all of them have all the weapons because they spent so much money, heap loads. And the reason they did this, the reason Activision forced Treyarch to do this, was because of Advanced Warfare causing them to make DLC supply drops and make you want to buy them, since they made literally, I think it was 1.7, like, million, and it could have even been in the billions, to be honest with you. The game was kind of messed up because of that reason, and it made you want to buy supply drops, buy COD points buy COD points to get supply drops, and it really kind of made the game kind of frustrating when everybody else that would buy the supply drops had the advantage over you because they had the best weapons in the game. That was one of the big problems. And another big problem that we're going to be talking about is the party games. Gun game, sticks and stones. I mean, what happened to that? I almost always wanted to play that. I almost always wanted to do and play those game modes. In Black Ops 2, their gun game was impeccable. Their gun game was awesome. Black Ops 1, imagine when you go in there and you make all those people rage because you humiliate them. It was awesome. As you can see, guys, we're using some MX Garand gameplay to explain. As you can see, that was a one-shot explaining my other thing with a suppressor. And then there's another one-shot because of a headshot. Two of them were headshots. I aim for the head with that thing because it has so little ammo. But yeah, guys, it was big problem. Party games, there was a lack of party game kind of continuously updating and putting in party games. They kind of left that a little dry, and I was a big fan of party games. I would always play it with my brother. We'd go in, we'd make people rage together. That was a big thing that brought me and my brother together a lot. But yeah, you really don't have that anymore, and it really sucks. But now if we look at today's Call of Duty and today's how you can see what Call of Duty has become, it's really just money corrupt. All of the reason why this game right here was made is because they were forced to ease in supply drops and ease in COD points and everything like that. They were forced to. I mean, look, it made so much money that Activision forced Treyarch. Why do you think Bonderhar took off that week? He took off vacation week when supply drops were brought into the game. I think he did that on purpose, just to lay low, and because they knew that they were going to get a lot of hate for that. They knew that because they were. I went off on Twitter when I saw that supply drops were in the game. Ridiculous. Sucked. This will probably be my final Black Ops 3 multiplayer video in all, and we're gonna get into zombies here in a second. Another huge problem with Black Ops 3 was how you could tell that they didn't listen to the community. The lack of listening to the community was flabbergasted. And do you realize how it was for me to look and see the community like this, constantly asking on Twitter for something and never seeing that get put into the game? I mean, let's look at zombies. Everybody was asking for PhD Flopper, a new perk. They put a new perk in Shadows of Evil, the first frickin' map. I mean, what? What are you doing, Treyarch? Treyarch, come on. Treyarch, I really need you to, not. Okay. Activision has really kind of forced you to do a lot of these things. I'm going to skip ahead just so the gameplay in the back is good for you guys. I'll be right back. Alright, guys, I'm back. But yeah, guys, it was kind of ridiculous how much of a bad job of listening to the community they did with this game. Kind of ridiculous, kind of stupid, kind of just pointless and ridiculous how blind they are when it comes to listening to the community. How amazing they were in the past games with listening to the community, and then now, and you look at it, it's ridiculous. I freaking hate what they did. with listening to the community in 2015 with Call of Duty 2015. But yeah, it's ridiculous now that Infinite Warfare is out. I hope they're going to listen to the community more. They're definitely doing a better job with listening to the community with Spaceland Zombies. They brought back Bomb Stoppers, which is basically PhD, and how they can do that so quickly without we having to basically scream at them too is relieving. And yeah, guys, that is another huge problem with the game. And another huge problem with Black Ops 3, I'm just trying to like rant and rant and rant because of how angry I am about this game. Really, really, really angry about what they did this game. But yeah, guys, another huge problem with what they did with this game was how much of the weapon balancing. This is my opinion. This is definitely my opinion. But they overdid that weapon balancing. How many times are you gonna buff and nerf and 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 buff and nerf the Arcus? How many times are you gonna do that, man? How many times? It's kind of getting old. The thing's good one day, you wake up the next day, you're like, okay, it's my favorite shotgun. In the game, I actually love the Argus. It was my first gun that I got gold, because it's a slug fire, but it was also very, very good. But yeah, that gun had to be really your kind of sidearm, especially after patch when they buffed the time to fire. Kind of ridiculous. But yeah, guys, that was another huge problem. They overdid that majorly. Another huge problem with the game was, this is my opinion, was how the kind of movement system was, and how much they took a horrible hectic movement system from Advanced Warfare and perfected it. But what I think that did is that just inspired Infinite Warfare and everything to go and keep doing future things, like keep bringing it to the future, which we don't want. Now that's my personal opinion. They're going to use this perfected system that Treyarch made. Clap for you, Treyarch, for perfecting this movement system. But I don't want to go to the future again. Okay, I know we have to use an open mind. It's Call of Duty. It's the thing that makes a video game that's good, is when you have Call of Duty. Like studios like Treyarch and Infinity Ward and Raven making your game. That's how you know that this video game is going to be at least a little good. But yeah, guys, that's what makes Call of Duty is the imperfections and the perfections that they do. But that just inspired them to go to the future again, which Lord knows the community really wants to go to the future. Really wants to go to the future. Yeah. No. We don't want to go to the future again. It's something that we really don't want to do again. Please. But, yeah. Murphy, can you please stop? Murph, I'm gonna need you to stop. Please. But yeah, guys, it was kind of ridiculous what they did with that. That whole thing was just kind of ridiculous. And Call of Duty has this, especially Black Ops 3, has a lot of imperfections. Yeah, how basically there was always one good gun. Alright, so with assault rifles, the one really good assault rifle, well, there was really two, is the M8A7 and the KM44, in my opinion. Those were the Kuda. No, the Kuda was submachine gun. What am I talking about, guys? But yeah, how that was, and how there was always one really good gun in every class, And I think that all the opportunities that they had, again, that's where the overdoing part comes in to play. They overdid that, and they made that a little bit no bueno, guys. It was no bueno how much of an they overdid it a lot, and that you can't really ask for so much for a studio. I mean, it is one studio, except there is hundreds of thousands of workers there, so you should be able to ask for that much, and they should be able to deliver. It is the game that you're playing. They are the ones making it. But if I don't want to buy your game, then I'm not going to buy your game, Treyarch or Activision. But yeah, guys, another huge problem with the game was the lack of creativity. Now, I said party games because party games is a big thing, but in all, the lack of creativity. They only added one new game mode, and that was Fractured, whatever it was called. You had to go pick up these little things, and then you'd bring them to this one station, and then in the station you drop them off and everything like that. But yeah, I didn't like that. I actually think I played it once and then just quit because it was like dumb. But yeah, guys, you can't really ask for a lot when it comes to that kind of stuff because you're not going to be able to make up your own game mode and just send the idea to Treyarch, and they're just going to be like, oh, we can totally make that for you. Alright, guys, I'm going to skip to some good gameplay for you guys. I'll be right back, guys. See you later. Alright, guys, I'm back. But yeah, huge problem with the game was that lack of creativity with the game. I don't know what I'm using a Vesper with a freaking suppressor. If I don't change it in 2 seconds, I'm literally gonna like delete this gameplay. But yeah, guys. Oh lord, almost got kills. But yeah, guys. It was kind of a huge problem with the game. And another huge problem with the game that I noticed that a lot of people I don't think noticed a lot was the fact that the spawns, Treyarch always does a bit of a problem with the spawns. A lot of spawn flanking, and I know they do that 3-lane kind of map. They always do the 3-lane push, and then there's always that one spot that everybody floods to. But yeah, it was a huge problem. I raged so much. You can look back at 10 of my videos, and it's just me freaking raging about spawns. And I probably did it in this game too. I probably did it in this exact game. But yeah, guys, it was a huge problem. Huge, just not good. Not good at all. But yeah, guys, I think that's as much as I'm gonna say. I could say a lot more, guys. But R.I.P Black Ops 3, we're gonna try and let it off on a good note. Overall, Treyarch, you did a great job with the game. Activision was the one that ruined your game and is probably gonna ruin Infinity Ward's game, Infinite Warfare. Oh, and did I mention the weapon camos in this game too? Why is it covering the whole gun?
You're feeling restless.
What?
Take a sip, yes!
What the heck?
Master!
Why isn't it covering the whole gun?